Hello and welcome to Guitar Lessons with Billy Pruitt. This lesson series goes with Billy's guitar lesson book. If you don't already have your guitar lesson book, you can visit speaktometoday.com/BNRmusic to find out how to purchase a PDF version or order a paperback copy. So get your guitar and your lesson book ready and let's get started.
Okay, so we're going to, in this lesson, we're going to learn how to play strumming pattern number 3. We're going to learn how to play an F chord, and we're going to have to go through that one. That one's harder than the others. So we're going to go through that one for a few minutes, and then we're going to play all of the open chords in the circle of fifths. So we're going to start on page 7. On page 7, we are looking at strumming pattern number 3. And strumming pattern number 3 really is a kind of something, you put it together, kind of a collage of pattern number 1 and pattern number 2, because we're going to incorporate the mute from pattern number 2, but we're also going to incorporate the miss from pattern number 3. Pattern number 1, I'll get it right in a minute. Pattern number 1 has a miss, so we're going to incorporate that. Pattern number 2 has a mute, we're going to incorporate that, and we're going to put it all together. So this pattern, we have the down. All of the patterns have a down at the very first beat. So we have a down, and then we have a miss, just like pattern number 1. So down, miss, but then on pattern number 2, we have a mute. So here we have a mute, mute, and then up. So now that you've been doing these patterns for a little while, this shouldn't be too hard to get, but we'll do it slow anyway. So here we go. Down, miss, mute, up. Down, miss, mute, up. Down, miss, mute, up. Down, miss, mute, up. And this is very nice when you actually get to where you can do all 3 of these patterns and switch from one to the other at will whenever you want to. If you can switch from one to the other at will. And just to give you an idea, I'll play just a little bit, and I'll play in the key of G, so I'll be using G, C, and D. I'll play a little bit and I'll show you. I'll start with pattern number 1 and I'll switch to the various patterns and you'll see what I'm talking about. It changes kind of the feel of the music, and so that's very nice to have that in your abilities. Okay, so I went back and forth between patterns 1, 2, and 3 and accidentally threw an extra one in there. That's not in your book, but that's okay. You're going to get to those eventually one of these days. But you get the idea that those patterns can be switched around and changed, and you can go back and forth between them and make some really nice things out of it. Now we're going to switch our attention to the chord F. And the chord F is a little bit more difficult than some of the others. So I want you to look at your frames page and try to figure it out, but ultimately, you'll notice that finger number 1 covers 2 strings. Finger number 2 and finger number 3, that's not hard because it's basically exactly the same as a C chord, just 1 string down. So G, C, F. The fingers just move down 1 string between the chord G, the chord C, and the chord F. So you have your second finger and your third finger is pretty easy. The hard part is this first finger here. So first finger, most people try to play it flat like this, and I'm going to tell you it doesn't work that way. You'll not be able to get your fingers there, most likely. Most people are not able to lay their finger flat like this. So in order to play the F chord, we're actually going to play with the side of our finger. So almost like we're going to put this completely sideways. I'll move this closer to the camera, but you're going to notice my finger's completely sideways. It's not flat like this. It's turned around sideways. And that's about the only way you're going to get both of those strings to happen. And then, while that's kind of clamped on not flat like this now, but sideways like this, then you can roll these fingers onto there and get your F chord to sound. And if it's sounding like that, that means, you know what that means. It means you're not pressing hard enough. and that's going to be your F chord. Now we're going to use the F chord in the very near future. In fact, we're going to use it in this lesson, but just briefly in our chord progressions. But you're going to use that F chord in another lesson coming soon. So you're going to need to learn that F chord and get to where you can play it. Now, after you've learned F, there's only one other chord to learn before you're ready to play the whole circle of fifths, and that's the chord E. I'll let you learn that one on your own because it's basically one of the easiest of chords. Just look at your chord frame chart and get to where you can go to E. Now, I'm looking at the 1-4-5-1 progressions page. That's page 4 in your book. And I'm looking at all the bold letters at the top. It starts with the letter A, and it's got 4 lines of bolded letters. And those are not letters, but they're chord symbols, and we're going to play those. And those are so incredibly important as a musician. So this is something you should use as a warm-up every day once you get used to it. So we're going to start with the chord A, then we're going to play D, then E, then A. Then we're going to move down, we're going to play D, G, A, D. And I know I'm moving fast with my fingers, but just to give you the idea. Then C, D, G, C, and then C, F, G, C. And we're going to play that. I'm going to play it now that I know that you have the basic skills to figure out the chords and how to switch and all that. I'm going to go ahead and play it as a finished product, and I may use various strumming patterns as I go along, but the idea is that this is what you probably ought to play every day until you get to where you can do it without any problem. So here I go. I'm going to start with A, and I'll call out the letters so that you can keep up with me. If you've already gone through this, you've already practiced it enough, you can play along with me. I'll call the letters out so that you can watch your fingers instead of look at me. All right, here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. A, wow, that's probably hard first time through. But don't give up and don't think you can't ever do it. Just take one line at a time, practice one line at a time until you can get them all, and then just play it and rewind the video and play with me. And that'll be an excellent warm-up for every day, even though it may take you 2-3 weeks to even get to where you can play that warm-up. It'll be good for you, and you'll turn into a decent chord player. Alrighty.
Well, that certainly was a lot of fun. You are now ready for the next video in the series Guitar Lessons with Billy Pruitt. See you next time.